But I dreamed that two men came to arrest me, and I didn't perceive their intention until they brought me to the outskirts of the region of darkness. Showing my power, I protested right up to the palace of darkness and argued with the 10 kings. I went through our ledger of births and deaths and crossed out all our names. Those fellows have no hold over us now. The various monkeys all kowtowed to express their gratitude. From that time onward, there were many mountain monkeys who did not grow old, for their names were not registered in the underworld. When the handsome Monkey King finished his account of what had happened, the 4 mighty commanders reported the story to the demon kings of various caves, who all came to tender their congratulations. Only a few days had passed when the 6 sworn brothers also came to congratulate him, all of them delighted about the cancellation of the names. We shall not elaborate here on their joyful gathering. We shall turn instead to the great benevolent sage of heaven, the celestial Jade Emperor of the most venerable Deva, who was holding court one day in the treasure hall of divine mists, the cloud palace of golden arches. The divine ministers, civil and military, were just gathering for the morning session when suddenly the Taoist immortal Qiu Hongzhi announced, "Your Majesty, outside the translucent palace, Aoguang, the Dragon King of the Eastern Ocean, is awaiting your command to present a memorial to the throne." The Jade Emperor gave the order to have him brought forth, and Aoguang was led into the Hall of Divine Mists. After he had paid his respects, a divine page boy in charge of documents received the memorial, and the Jade Emperor read it from the beginning. The memorial said, "From the lowly water region of the Eastern Ocean at the East Perv of Adiha continent, the small dragon subject, Aoguang, humbly informs the wise Lord of Heaven, the most eminent high god and ruler, that a bogus immortal, Sun Wukong, born of the Flower Fruit Mountain and resident of the Water Curtain Cave, has recently abused your small dragon, gaining a seat in his water home by force. He demanded a weapon, employing power and intimidation. He asked for martial attire, unleashing violence and threats. He terrorized my water kinsmen, and scattered turtles and tortoises. The dragon of the Southern Ocean trembled. The dragon of the Western Ocean was filled with horror. The dragon of the Northern Ocean drew back his head to surrender. And your subject Aoguang flexed his body to do obeisance. We presented him with the divine treasure of an iron rod and the gold cap with phoenix plumes. Giving him also a chainmail cuirass and cloud-treading shoes, we sent him off courteously. But even then he was bent on displaying his martial prowess and magical powers, and all he could say to us was, 'Sorry to have bothered you. We are indeed no match for him, nor are we able to subdue him. Your subject therefore presents this petition and humbly begs for imperial justice. We earnestly beseech you to dispatch the heavenly host and capture this monster, so that tranquility may be restored to the oceans and prosperity to the lower region.' Thus we present this memorial." When the holy emperor had finished reading, he gave the command, "Let the dragon god return to the ocean. We shall send our generals to arrest the culprit." The old Dragon King gratefully touched his forehead to the ground and left. From below, the immortal Elder Ge, the celestial master, also brought forth the report. "Your Majesty, the Minister of Darkness, King Qingguang, supported by the Bodhisattva King Ke Itagarba, Pope of the Underworld, has arrived to present his memorial." The Jade Girl in charge of communication came from the side to receive this document, which the Jade Emperor also read from the beginning. The memorial said, "The region of darkness is the nether region proper to earth. As heaven is for gods and earth for ghosts, so life and death proceed in cyclic succession. Fowls are born and animals die. Male and female, they multiply. Births and transformations, the male begotten of the procreative female, such is the order of nature, and it cannot be changed. But now appears Sun Wukong, a heaven-born baneful monkey from the Water Curtain Cave in the Flower Fruit Mountain, who practices evil and violence, and resists our proper summons. Exercising magic powers, he utterly defeated the ghostly messengers of ninefold darkness. Exploiting brute force, he terrorized the 10 merciful kings. He caused great confusion in the Palace of Darkness. He abrogated by force the register of names, so that the category of monkeys is now beyond control, and inordinately long life is given to the simian family. The wheel of transmigration is stopped, for birth and death are eliminated in each kind of monkey. Your poor monk therefore risks offending your heavenly authority in presenting this memorial. We humbly beg you to send forth your divine army and subdue this monster, to the end that life and death may once more be regulated and the underworld rendered perpetually secure. Respectfully we present this memorial. When the Jade Emperor had finished reading, he again gave a command. Let the Lord of Darkness return to the underworld. We shall send our generals to arrest this culprit. King Qingguang also touched his head to the ground gratefully and left. The great heavenly Deva called together his various immortal subjects, both civil and military, and asked, "When was this baneful monkey born, and in which generation did he begin his career? How is it that he has become so powerfully accomplished in the way?" Scarcely had he finished speaking when, from the ranks, Thousand-Mile Eye and Fair Wind Ear stepped forward. "This monkey," they said, "is the heaven-born stone monkey of 300 years ago. At that time he did not seem to amount to much, and we do not know where he acquired the knowledge of self-cultivation these last few years and became an immortal. Now he knows how to subdue dragons and tame tigers, and thus he is able to annul by force the register of death. Which one of you divine generals," asked the Jade Emperor, "wishes to go down there to subdue him?" Scarcely had he finished speaking when the long-life spirit of the planet Venus came forward from the ranks and prostrated himself. "Highest and holiest," he said, "within the 3 regions, all creatures endowed with the 9 apertures, Tun, through exercise, become immortals. It is not surprising that this monkey, with a body nurtured by heaven and earth, a frame born of the sun and moon, should achieve immortality, seeing that his head points to heaven and his feet walk on earth, and that he feeds on the dew and the mist. Now that he has the power to subdue dragons and tame tigers, how is he different from a human being? Your subject therefore makes so bold as to ask your majesty to remember the compassionate grace of creation and issue a decree of pacification. Let him be summoned to the upper region, and given some kind of official duties. His name will be recorded in the register and we can control him here. If he is receptive to the heavenly decree, he will be rewarded and promoted hereafter. But if he is disobedient to your command, we shall arrest him forthwith. Such an action will spare us a military expedition in the first place and, in the second, permit us to receive into our midst another immortal in an orderly manner." The Jade Emperor was highly pleased with this statement, and he said, "We shall follow the counsel of our minister." He then ordered the star spirit of songs and letters to compose the decree, and delegated the gold star of Venus to be the viceroy of peace. Having received the decree, the gold star went out of the south heaven gate, lowered the direction of his hallowed cloud, and headed straight for the flower fruit mountain and the water curtain cave. He said to the various little monkeys, "I am the heavenly messenger sent from above. I have with me an imperial decree to invite your great king to go to the upper region. Report this to him quickly." The monkeys outside the cave passed the word along one by one until it reached the depth of the cave. "Great king," one of the monkeys said, "there's an old man outside bearing a document on his back. He says that he is a messenger sent from heaven, and he has an imperial decree of invitation for you." Upon hearing this, the handsome Monkey King was exceedingly pleased. "These last 2 days," he said, "I was just thinking about taking a little trip to heaven, and the heavenly messenger has already come to invite me." The Monkey King quickly straightened out his attire and went to the door for the reception. The gold star came into the center of the cave and stood still with his face toward the south. "I am the gold star of Venus from the west," he said. "I came down to earth, bearing the imperial decree of pacification from the Jade Emperor, and invite you to go to heaven to receive an immortal appointment." Laughing, Wukong said, "I am most grateful for the old star's visit." He then gave the order, "Little ones, prepare a banquet to entertain our guest. The gold star said, "As a bearer of imperial decree, I cannot remain here long. I must ask the great king to go with me at once. After your glorious promotion, we shall have many occasions to converse at our leisure. We are honored by your presence," said Wukong. "I am sorry that you have to leave with empty hands." He then called the 4 mighty commanders together for this admonition. "Be diligent in teaching and drilling the young ones. Let me go up to heaven to take a look and to see whether I can have you all brought up there too to live with me." The 4 mighty commanders indicated their obedience. This Monkey King mounted the cloud with the gold star and rose up into the sky. Truly, he ascends the high rank of immortals from the sky. His name's enrolled in cloud columns and treasure scrolls. We do not know what sort of rank or appointment he received. Let's listen to the explanation in the next chapter.